You can hear this. You are not alone. This is the Resistance.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Roundtable. I am your host, the Tin Man. Joining me right now is Revan, and we are waiting on Conspiracy Anonymous. So, as always, if you are watching this, you are the Resistance. And this broadcast is brought to you by Monster Food, the fictitious product that doesn't actually exist, because we are not corporate sellouts selling out to the corporate machine. Israel is not supporting us. The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, nobody is paying us. I am not getting a paycheck for this bullshit. So if you like the broadcast, by all means, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Follow us on our various social medias, Rumble, YouTube, X, all at Real TWWRN. And be sure to check out the online store. The new store launches on the 1st of January 2026. Store's all set up. Just add in the products as we go. But we're all set, and it'll only expand from there. So, again, if you like the broadcast, share the live feed, check out the online store, follow us on the social medias, and as always, feel free to engage in the conversation. Comments are enabled, and you are as much part of this conversation as anybody else. And that's what makes us unique. And without you, this broadcast would be nothing. You make this broadcast what it is. You help it to grow in the way that it does. It's all you. So we humbly thank you. So, but today's topic is going to be mostly for Conspiracy Anon, and we are waiting on his arrival. He's on an emergency work call, he told me, hence why we're a few minutes late. Tried to give him a little bit of a window, but that's apparently taken a little longer than we thought. But the main topic is going to be Anonymous having leaked the Epstein files. Now, Conspiracy Anonymous made mention of this last week on the Roundtable, and we really didn't get to go into detail about that, but he has posted several times regarding the list of alleged Epstein clients, and specifically the flight logs. But I really don't know that I've seen anything else there. So, Revan, based on what you know, you and I were always big supporters of Anonymous, especially with what they were doing back in the day prior to
almost 20 years.
Prior to the downfall of the hacker collective by way of Cebu. What insight can you give as an Anon? You're more of a front runner on that than myself at this point. What is coming out of the Anonymous community in terms of these file releases?
Now, the thing is about Anonymous, they've done close to 20 years, and they're not going to go away. I mean, they could be my age and still doing their shit,
Yeah.
But the Epstein files, I would have to really see into that, because I've been trying to look into that myself. I couldn't find anything. Couldn't find anything at all. But if Anonymous did leak it, more power to us, man. Because I tell you what, There's a list that was exposed on TikTok about a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was the flight logs, which were pretty much already public record.
There lists of names of celebrities, politicians, financiers, you name it. The who's who of bullshit was on that list, man. Like, dude, except for Donald Trump.
Yeah, and
but
Conspiracy Anon had released that and published that several times. And I have taken and I have reshared it on our X feed at Real TWVRN. But beyond that, I don't know that I've seen anything else. Obviously, we're not going to see any videos. We're not going to see any classified CIA ops, and that's where a lot of this is coming from. It's not just who raped kids and when and where. There was a lot of other stuff going on with Ghislaine Maxwell's father, and then Epstein taking over for him after his death as a CIA and Mossad operative. It wasn't just blackmail and diddling kids. There was a lot of CIA operations, a lot of money laundering, a lot of moving money, a lot of political influence. And that's what they're saying all these redacted files are. And the five, what was it, like 500 pages or so of two separate documents?
500 pages.
Like 500 pages, completely fucking redacted. And the Democrats are screaming, oh, look, he's covering it up. He's a pedo. He's a pedo. Okay. No, there was more to the Epstein shit than just pedophilia.
Yeah.
It was a lot of CIA classified shit that needs to come out, shit that should come out. And that's what a lot of it's been redacted. And the people on both sides, everybody's screaming, fuck the CIA, fuck redacting anything, just release it all. No more cover-ups, no more hush-hush bullshit. If the CIA must go, the CIA must go. I mean, the CIA was pretty much formed and comprised of Nazi scientists and whatnot that they brought over at the end of World War II. That's where the CIA was formed. Okay, so I think we could probably stand without this agency, or at least a complete overhaul of the agency.
If we had the OSS still, I mean, the CIA came out in 47, about 2 years after the war. So around 46, the OSS was still around in 46, but 47 is when the CIA came in. You know, that's like nearly 80 years ago. So, but here's what I've been thinking. You know, every time they mention about releasing it, right? Like the first time we allegedly was released, 80% was redacted.
Yeah.
Now, what if we go through that again and it's all redacted?
We are. A lot of things are being redacted, and apparently, what was it? Yesterday, there was a huge ordeal all over social media that the DOJ found over 1 million more files that were hidden by the FBI. And that was a result of what's her name was sitting on. Yeah, what's her name? The attorney that handled the Diddy case.
I'm trying to think here. I don't know her name.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I'm back.
You're back? You good?
No, I'll be back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look this up real quick, and you handle what you gotta handle real quick, and I'll keep this ball rolling. Okay. Who was the attorney that handled the P. Diddy case? Tony Busby. involved. Who was the FBI director in charge of the Diddy case? Okay, that was Kash Patel was the FBI director. Fucking, what was her name though? I cannot remember her fucking name. Excuse me. Holmes was joint effort primarily led by Homeland Security investigations with support from the FBI in coordination with the U.S. Attorney's Office. Comey. Comey was the lead federal prosecutor. Maureen Comey. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, it was Comey who was sitting on the FBI files. And apparently over 1 million more files had come out yesterday that Comey was previously sitting on. Now, what these files entailed, I don't know. We've yet to get that information. But what I am wondering, and I'm hoping Conspiracy Anon jumps on soon, is what Anonymous has released and how it relates to the stuff that's come out. You know, the CIA stuff, the stuff that Comey was sitting on when she was handling all this. I want to know, like, if Anonymous had released any of these files unredacted. If so, how did they gain access to that? That's a big question. And that is a question that needs to be answered, because Conspiracy and I love them to death, but no doubt about it, these are some pretty bold claims saying that they dropped all these documents from the Epstein files. It's like, okay, what did you drop and how was it obtained? Okay. Everything good, bro?
Yeah. Here's the info.
What you got?
The sister of Ghislaine Maxwell is married to Anthony Fauci.
Yeah.
So there's a connection there. So
yeah. Well, I'm not exactly Ben Fauci's biggest fan either.
That guy needs to be in the gulag. Send his ass to Siberia so he could eat some, so he could peel and eat a common potato lunch, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Comey that I was thinking of. Comey was the one sitting on those files.
Oh yeah. He was the one that was the big brick wall that kept Hillary from getting charged.
Yeah. Same with Diddy and a few other cases. Didn't he handle a lot of the cases involving Epstein as well? At least he or his daughter.
I think his daughter. But yeah, I mean, we all know the guy is crooked than a car salesman, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Every single FBI director after Hoover was just as crooked, but not as crooked as Hoover, though. I'm saying, but Comey deserved what he got. Was fired, and
but then his daughter took over.
Yeah,
2 peas in the pod, right there. So my question would be, not so much what is coming out by way of the Trump administration and the DOJ. What is it that Anonymous has allegedly released? And how did they get it? How are they circumventing government sites like the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigations? Like, how are they getting past all that and getting these documents out? Or is it just documents that were already part of the public record?
Well, if they're part of the public record, that'd be too easy. But
That would be too easy.
unless you get to the core of the apple, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, you have within the collective a good percentage of tech savvy people. No.
Yeah. Are there still people who are fairly tech savvy and, the hackers and crackers left over, or who had returned after everything went down with Cebu and the PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, and all that scandal?
I think some it's still in the game, but they're being wise about it. I mean, there's more. We got cyber gods on TikTok. We got an Anonymous Collective on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
There's a few other ones, but you got the anonymous watchdogs in the Facebook Messenger group. I'm part of that group myself. Been kind of going in and kind of getting a little heads up,
Yes.
But if there's a good chance that the Anonymous Collective got some juicy stuff, I hope they got past some serious firewalls and stuff, man. I tell you what, because
Well, I mean, it would have to if it was, if it was unreleased documents.
Yeah, that's like Vault 7. There's a hack group that hacked the CIA and got Vault 7 information and sent it to WikiLeaks.
Yeah, that was just a few years ago.
That'll be the Shadow Collective that did it. Ballsy guys, I tell you what, man. I think the Shadow Collective is kind of a de facto cell of Anonymous, in my opinion. I think
kind of like a branch off of the initial collective.
Yeah. I tell you what, if they did get that core of the apple from the FBI and released it, where is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and there's a lot of documents, though. There is a lot of documents.
Here, let me look here real quick here. Let's see here.
Yeah, because like I said, there's over 1 million documents that were just retrieved from probably Comey's office from the FBI. So it begs the question, what has Anonymous released? And, Conspiracy Anon, love them to death, but realistically, those are some pretty bold statements, and we need answers. What has been released? Where can it be found? Even if you can't tell the who did what and where, let people know where it was released. Provide some evidence that it is a verified find.
If it's a bold claim, I agree that I too would like to see it myself,
Yeah.
because the thing is, and if it's just talk, I would be I would be seriously pissed, honestly.
Oh yeah, because when you're somebody involved in something like the Anonymous Collective, and you make a bold claim like that, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing the entire
Whole
community that
yeah.
you have just spoken for. At which point you are putting it on the entire collective to deliver some sort of data dump or verified information in regards to these claims. I mean, that's a huge check for somebody's ass to have to cash individually. And then you put it on the collective as a whole.
Can you give me a second?
Shoot, what do you got?
I got have my mom real quick.
No problem. I'll carry on. But again, if claims are going to be made like that, it's like, okay, Anonymous released all these things. Okay, what was released? Can it be verified that it's legitimate? Where can you find it? And how does it differ from what's already been released? Is it stuff? Is it something that hasn't yet been released by the DOJ and the Trump administration and has not already been part of the public record? At which point, again, can we verify it? And where can we find it? That's a big question. And again, I'm waiting on Conspiracy Anon. I just messaged him, letting him know we're live. So it's just a matter of hurry up and wait for him. I don't know where Connor is today. Connor might be busy, but whatever he's got going on, we do wish him well. And to give a little update, just to go a little bit on a detour here. The online store is still in production, the new online store. We've got some of the merch up, the site, the page, and everything is set up. It's just a matter of adding the products to the page. We've already got a few products. It's just a matter of getting it all done, because we're not just adding old products, transferring over from the old website to the new website. We're adding new products, brand new products. We're not just talking hats and t-shirts here. We're talking bumper stickers. We're talking keychains. We're talking magnets. We're talking anything under the sun that we think people might like. We're going to be delivering to you. And we can integrate it into other areas like Amazon and whatnot and sell it there. This new site allows us a whole range of new options, not excluding lower prices and better quality products. So not only are you getting better quality products, but you're going to be getting them a lot cheaper. I can mark these down to the bare minimum to where I'm making literally pennies on the dollar. And I can give you those deals, and I can give you good sales because we have transferred over from Spring to this new site. So I think everybody's going to be very happy with the prices, the quality of the products, and the broader range of products come January 1st. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little technical, and I'm doing my best to have everything up. But either way, regardless of whether everything's up or not, the store will be going live come January 1st. And if everything's not up by then, trust and believe it will be. So keep a lookout for that. Again, it's going to be off the chain, guys. You're going to absolutely love it. But, Revan, since you're back,
I'm checking here. Let's see. Today's the 23rd, 27th.
Yes, it's the 27th. 2 days after Christmas, day after Kwanzaa.
I am looking.
And the day after the debut of our newest show, Your Friday Dessert. Which, by the way, how did you like that?
Oh, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, we know you love your toilet humor.
Okay, I'm looking here about the Epstein files.
What you got?
Got some from Axios, Forbes, USA Today, Irish Times. Irish Times, huge cast of Epstein files released by the U.S. State Department, Department of Justice. It was on the 20th, on a Saturday at 7:28 by Anna Betts. The Department of Justice on Friday released a long-awaited huge tranche of documents detailing the investigation into the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, but nothing but anonymous. You know, I'm looking.
So it's just DOJ stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the search term you're using?
Has Anonymous released the Epstein files?
Let's see. Epstein files released by the Collective. Epstein files released by the Anonymous Collective. Let's see what we get here. There is no evidence that an anonymous collective has released the Jeffrey Epstein files. The documents released to the public have come from the U.S. government, specifically the Department of Justice, DOJ, and the House Oversight Committee following a new federal law. The official release of the Epstein files, the files were mandated for release by the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which President Donald Trump signed into law in November 2025. This legislation requires the Department of Justice to make all its records related to Epstein publicly available by December 19th, with exceptions for victims identifying information. And Conspiracy Anon says he thinks he's able to get on now. So click the link.
Okay.
Join the party.
We got something from April of this year. The LA Ditto. Hacker group Anonymous unleashed cyber attack on Russia. Anonymous claims to have released 10 terabytes of classified Russian files to the public.
Okay. So that's interesting.
Hacking group Anonymous says it has pulled off a massive cyber attack on Russia, releasing 10 terabytes of leaked Data Online International Activist Group previously warned internet users this year about the actions of President Trump and his ties to Vladimir Putin, and are known for their activism against certain governments and corporations. They tend to target those who they view as corrupt, oppressive, and dangerous, and as you can guess by the name, they say anonymous.
Yeah.
As there is no defined leader, it is hard to anticipate that they'll do next as the group continues to raise awareness of water use of the world.
Yeah.
The leaked data in question was released on 15th of April of 2025, and it concludes sensitive information about countries' political landscape with information on local businesses, also part of the leak.
Okay.
Data on Russian officials and the Kremlin assets overseas were also part of the previous confidential information. On top of all of this, alleged information on U.S. President Donald Trump was also made public. Official X account for Anonymous announced cyber attack on social media platforms, writing, in defense of Ukraine, Anonymous has released 10 terabytes of leaked data on all businesses operating in Russia, all Kremlin assets in the West, Russian officials, Donald Trump, and more. There's more here, but
well, go ahead and lay it out. We're just waiting for Conspiracy Anon to pop up if he pops up.
The president moved to have spilled the beans on a number of private topics, such as details on Russian businesses and their financial activities and their affiliations, as well as some Kremlin assets in Western countries. In particular, has been revealed to have been under the network of influences, while officials have been named and attention have been brought to activities that may have been kept behind closed doors. The move comes amid ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, with no clear and insight, and the U.S. involvement hasn't resulted in a peace deal being struck.
Okay.
Long-term effects of this move on Russian businesses, the nation's allies and officials, are yet to be seen, as the hack group have attempted to put the dent in the Kremlin's operations as they continue to occupy about a fifth of Ukraine.
Yeah.
No further update has been issued by the hack group, nor have they threatened to release any further information. They have continued to post on social media about the war, being critical of the Trump administration and their actions following the 78-year-old leader's move to oppose tariffs on countries across the world.
Yeah.
China has continued to fight back against these measures, showing no sign of letting up. Trump has been pinned the blame of the Russia-Ukraine conflict on the three people, naming Putin, Joe Biden, and Ukraine President Zelensky as those responsible for millions being dead. Anonymous recently claimed to followers on X, Trump is actively working against Ukraine. He is on the side of Russia. Don't think for a moment that his goal is to help Europe, Ukraine, or U.S. security. He is here to do a job, and his job is to weaken and ultimately destroy global democracy, international law, and you.
Welcome.
Hey, sorry about that. Been busy all day.
It happens, brother. It happens. Okay, so last week, let's just jump into the meat and potatoes here. Last week, you were talking about the Epstein leaks, among other things. You have posted quite a few things, mostly the list of people involved with Epstein and flight logs and stuff like that. But you said Anonymous has released quite a few things. Can you go ahead and give us the meat and potatoes of that? Not specifically who did it and how, but what those documents were, how they differ from the documents released by the DOJ and FBI and so forth. And are these documents verified and what they entail and where they can be found?
So the I haven't been through the FBI's release. I haven't looked at all their redacted files. I've looked at some of them. I've looked at some of the emails recently that they've released. And to me, what I'm seeing is what they've released is, what's it called? Like an orgy of evidence. You know, they've released so much that it's just overwhelming. Instead of like going, here's the people, which we did to begin with. What was it? 2019, beginning 2020, late 2019, something like that.
Yeah, it was the list that you've been reposting, and I have shared quite a few times on X.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them I've been sharing. Out the gate, the 2019, 2021 was from the hacks.
And he froze.
I'm wondering.
I don't know what happened, but you froze, bro. He might know something. He might be on to something. Okay, there you go. You froze for a minute there.
Oh, they're not trying to censor us, are they?
I don't know. You must know something pretty good. They tried to silence you.
Any chance could these be on 4chan by any chance that could be looked at there too? I mean, or has it been, or have they leaked it on 4chan or?
Oh yeah, it's been all over 4chan. It was on 4chan out the gate. Like the moment I got it, I went straight to 4chan, and then it spent about an hour.
He glitchy. You might find another place to sit, brother. Your Wi-Fi is shit.
Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Good. So like the files to begin with, sorry, meeting. Long day. We got the files from the databases to begin with. We got the actual flight logs showing everybody that flew in his plane and checked in and out of his place in St. James.
Okay.
That was the first list we released. We released that and we pushed it probably 2-3 years. And a couple of, I guess about a year and a half ago or so, maybe longer, we got the client list. And the client list was a scrub list of the ones that, the only redactions that I agree with, okay? Let me back up a little bit. The reason that we had to wait for the redactions and we didn't release the client list to begin with is because of the kids that got groomed, the victims that were turned into problems, for lack of a better term. But victims nonetheless.
Yeah, you don't
all the victims, we had to make sure they were indeed victims. Correct, even though some of the victims ended up being recruiters themselves. So there's that fine line between victim and recruiter that we had to, after the PlayStation situation, we have to be careful what we do because we don't want lives lost. So we had to wait. About 8 months ago, I got another list. And mind you, all the lists that they've been releasing have been lacking Trump's name. And the reason being is because he took his own plane. He didn't need Epstein's plane. And that's where a lot of these people that aren't on the list, on the flight list, but on the client list, they got there on their own route. I think it was Carnival Cruises and Disney Cruises that were involved in it. Maybe not Carnival. Don't quote me on that one, but I know the fact Disney cruise ships was.
I heard a bit about that, and that popped up and disappeared just as quickly as it popped up. It's like if somebody dies in Disneyland, they don't declare them dead until they're removed from the park. Like Disney goes out of their way to avoid any sort of bad press.
And so they're allowed to do that because they're not on American soil. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Look at Disney. They got the American flags everywhere, but not a single American flag at Disney is an actual American flag. Either they got too many or too less stripes, or too many less stars on it, or the stripes are in the wrong order.
Yeah, but what I was saying is, Disney makes it a point of trying to avoid any bad press, even though virtually everything they do warrants bad press, especially in terms of their movie productions. So it's not surprising that their cruise liners might have been involved in some of that. You hear it all the time that people go missing on cruises. I mean, that happens so often. It's kind of an urban legend.
Yeah, they're like, they fell overboard.
Yeah, it's almost an urban legend at this point. It's so synonymous with cruise ships. So it's not surprising that you would hear something like Disney being involved in something like that. You even hear rumors about it happening in the parks. A mother and their daughter go into the bathroom and are never seen again.
There's the dungeon.
Yeah. And I'm not saying this is verified or definitive. It's just, you hear shit. Can't verify it one way or another. It's just you hear what you hear. So I'm not making any allegations. I'm just saying, these are the rumors that circulate around. So it wouldn't be surprised to hear that Disney might have been involved, at least in terms of rumors, with the Epstein.
Disney's always in some rumors.
Back up a little bit, it cut out on you?
Yes, it did.
All right, I'm back. I don't know what I said, but let you know. There's a dungeon underneath the castle. Yeah. Disney has the dungeon. That's where they have their Epstein fun stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean,
bless you.
Wasn't just at Zorro Ranch for sure. So, but getting off of Disney really the forefront of this. It's so you have the flight logs from the Epstein flight logs. What about Trump's flight logs? You're saying that Trump flew there on his own plane, flew to Epstein Island, maybe Zorro Ranch. Do we have the verified flight logs of Trump's private plane to verify these claims? And if so, where can people find it?
Trump's plane, it actually went to the larger St. James, not Little St. James. The Graham St. James is where he went. And then by yacht, they went over to Epstein's. Because they would actually take people from the large St. James straight to Epstein's Little St. James.
Okay, so do we have flight logs and boat transport logs?
Yeah, they got all that stuff. They got all the files. They show dates, times. They even show when they stop halfway in between for 8 hours, right in between the islands. They got all of it.
Okay, and
we're just kind of waiting for the DOJ's stuff to go through so we can actually do a comparison and then check to see what's missing, who was in charge of it, and why they pulled it.
Okay, well, in the meantime, this stuff is public record, correct? You have it.
A majority of it. There's some of it that I have yet to see that's been released that I know exists. So I'm still waiting for that.
Okay, in terms of what has been released, where can people find it?
Simple Google searches, DuckDuckGo searches, to be honest. Those that have it want to share it. So it's out there. I use chats. I don't know what else to say on that one. I can't really plug the platform because we're not public about the platform we're using. But
I don't about Google. I don't think Google will have anything because
everybody's inundated.
Even
everybody.
don't have you. They don't have what you're looking for. I mean,
Okay, let's narrow it down. Using Google or DuckDuckGo or whatever search engine, what would be the key term to search in order for somebody to start going down this rabbit hole? Because I know
Unredacted Epstein files.
Say again?
Unredacted Epstein files. If I were to start right now from the beginning, like I never knew nothing about it, I'd start right there, unredacted Epstein files, and then I would backdate. I'd look at the dates, and then I'd say like Epstein 2019, and then I'd even jump back to Epstein 2010, and then I'd check out the stock trades to see who he associated with. I mean, I don't want to give away too much about how we're doing things and how we're looking at things, but
you don't want to give away trade secrets. You don't want to put Anonymous on blast. I understand that. All I want here is what the audience would want. They want to know the truth. Everybody wants to know the truth of what's going on with the Epstein files and the Epstein cover-up. And if there are files out there that haven't been released that Anonymous did get their hands on, you want to make sure that the general public gets their hands on that information. So what do you suggest to the general public? Like, okay, we have released this stuff. This is where you find it.
Kind of. So here's the part where I think people are going to just don't understand. All of it can't be released yet.
No, I'm just talking in terms of what has been released.
Well, since there's so much, there's okay. So I don't know if they did it today or if they're going to do it in the next couple of days. But there's that 1 million files that they're about to release. DOJ's release. There's so much there that's where everybody should start, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty much just anything that was released by the DOJ, and it's just you're pretty much just what you're saying is you're distributing what has already been released by the federal government, and it's
we're distributing what's not going to harm innocent people.
Yeah,
regardless if it's been DOJ or not. Like John Conley and all of them. Ellen DeGeneres, Howie Mandel, Tom Cruise. Who else was it? Forrest Gump. Was it Tom Hanks? The list is insane. I mean, it's the who's who of media and politics. So what everybody should do is, if it's been on the television, everybody involved in it is part of the cover-up. Period.
Has the Anonymous Collective put this on to things like WikiLeaks? I know QAnon publishes a lot of stuff. There's a lot of criticism towards QAnon as far as the validity of things being published. And now
I'm not at liberty to discuss QAnon.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, QAnon is a big player in terms of being vocal, is what I'm saying. Whether their information is accurate or not, I am not at liberty to say. I don't really go there for anything. It's just word of mouth at that point. What I hear here, what I hear there. But I do know that QAnon is very active and very vocal. You also have things like WikiLeaks. What I'm getting at is have the documents in question, the stuff that is public, not the stuff that's not public, the stuff that has been made public by Anonymous, has it been made public to places like WikiLeaks or QAnon or anywhere else where it would be easily accessible? And he's gone. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, we're asking the right questions.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, we're not exactly getting a lot of answers here, because he's either cutting out or he's not really giving a straight answer here. And I love Conspiracy Anon to death. He's a great friend. But, when I just got to call it for what it is, when you say you want to come on the podcast, and we were talking about this on air and off air last week, that, we were going to do this podcast and we were going to talk about it. I mean, if you're going to say Anonymous has released these documents and they're part of the public record for public consumption, why are you getting so nervous when I ask, where can people find these documents? Well, because Anonymous is about getting information out there.
My opinion is, if Anonymous seriously got all this and they're going to release it a little bit at a time, this would be the biggest info release since PayPal, all that shit with H.R. Gary security firm, Sony, and Microsoft, all that shit.
Yeah,
I mean, this would be the
equivalent of Edward Snowden on steroids.
Yeah,
it would be Edward Snowden on steroids.
Oh yeah. The thing is, even if you Google it, whatever it is, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing between Google and DuckDuckGo, okay? If you search for unredacted Epstein files, here's the thing. They will not have what you're looking for. They will hide it.
Yeah.
They've been known to hide certain things you're looking for. Now,
because they're AI algorithms, they program it to hide certain things, to lie, and to prioritize certain search terms. So, say you're Googling Frozen, Disney Frozen. You're not going to find Walt Disney Frozen under the Matterhorn in Disneyland. You're going to find the movie Frozen. And that's where a lot of the speculation comes from. That's why they produced the Frozen movie, to screw with the algorithm and shift it from people looking up Disney's Frozen head. Well, what the hell did I do?
You're starting to see browsers like DuckDuckGo and LibreWolf and Mozilla having a built-in search engine, even Brave, they got a but with Google, if you search, they will not have anything for you at all.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Conspiracy and all, but if you can hear us, your page is not loading, buddy. There he is.
Yeah, it keeps coming in and out on me. It wouldn't let me back in.
Are you in a rural area to where you're not getting good cell phone reception?
No, I'm in a high bar area. I have no idea.
You might need to get a better phone. Are you using a cheapy phone, like a Straight Talk or something like that, or you going through a cell phone provider?
I'm using a device.
I'm not saying give me the name of your cell phone provider. I'm saying, are you using a low-end provider or a high-end provider?
No, I'm monkeyed on using a Raspberry Pi. I shouldn't be having any issues whatsoever.
Huh. Okay,
I don't know what to do with this.
Getting back to what
but
we were talking
Jmail.
about.
Check out the Jmail thing that shot you.
Okay, have you verified
that's DOJ released information.
Okay, so
if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm talking. And to elaborate, you posted something last night on Facebook and sent it to me. Basically, it's an all-access platform to the Epstein email for people to see.
Yeah.
Just like if
to
you
all the
log
ones that
into his account.
correct. Is set up exactly as if you're in his account, so you see it, the same exact timeline, the same exact features. Go to the trash bin, go to Sent, go to whatever you want. It's all there.
Okay, who released that? Who made that release? Was that the
DOJ. So
weird.
it's filled with DOJ and public released files, right? So the platform was created by a prankster, so to say, and it's so well built. It's functioning perfect. Everybody uses it now.
Okay. So it is a verified system. If people click on it, they're
Yeah.
not going to be infected with malware, and people are going to clean out their bank account or something like that. It's safe and
Correct.
it's safe to use.
Mm-hmm. I tried it on 2 of my normal devices, and there's 0 flaws with it whatsoever. Nothing. Sent it to a couple of good buddies that we know. Nothing.
All right. Well, I will share it on X and in the comment feed on YouTube. But just to be on the safe side, I do encourage everybody to exercise an air of caution. Whatever device you're using, make sure you have a good antivirus that's up to date. Something like Malwarebytes, make sure that your system is protected, because
and also
people still use those.
Yeah, Malwarebytes is big news.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't done any of that in so long.
Yeah.
It's been getting crazy since the UK governor signed that Online Safety Act for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, but you definitely want to make sure that, scammers or some fucking hacker in Nigeria or whatever doesn't gain access to your device and clean out your bank account.
True that.
I mean, you definitely want to protect yourself and protect your assets.
Yeah.
And I know some people will say, oh, well, if the DOJ releases this or whatever, they just want to gain access to my device. Again, not putting it past anybody, whether it's the U.S. government or a private party. You want to protect yourself. So we will post it, but proceed with caution is what I will say. I cannot verify this link. I checked it out last night. I ran Malwarebytes after the fact just to make sure, just to double check. And all my shit's safe. So I wouldn't suggest anything that I didn't think was safe. But again, proceed with caution. Make sure you have your ducks in a row. Make sure there's pool in the fucking water before you jump off the high dive.
I'm always precautious because I've been to Google for nearly a year.
Hey, that's a good idea. Use a phone that you don't generally use anymore, like an old cell phone connected to Wi-Fi that's already had its information wiped off of it to where people can't access your personal information, and just freaking search it and click it. That way nobody can hack your shit because none of your shit's on that phone.
I highly recommend, if you want to really get away from Google shit, get an Android device like a Google Pixel with a Graphene OS on it. Because Graphene OS right now is like really in the news right now.
Yeah.
And they update multiple times a month, more times than any other OS.
That's not bad.
Graphene OS.
Okay. So yeah, maybe look into something like that. But again, for people who may not have the money to go out and buy that, especially right after the holidays, use an old cell phone that doesn't have your information on it. Just log on, connect to the Wi-Fi, and feel free to check it out.
Links. I'll shoot you some links, Tin Man, and they're important. You check them out because all the protection everybody does is kind of just a waste of our time, to be honest. Like I just said, I don't use malware or antivirus or VPN or none of that stuff anymore. My shit's wide open. The system sees and knows everything that we do all the time anyway. If me, you, and you get together and we're wanting to do a little secret meeting, and we all get burner phones, and then we take just our burner phones to our little meeting point, and we have our little meeting, and then we put our burner phones in our little Faraday bag, and we go back to our homes and go about our business. We're like, they didn't see us, they didn't know what it was us, but they did, because we
I'm
bought
not saying they
those
don't.
devices. We went to a location and then went back to our location. When we go back to our location, it's going to ping the towers the whole way. And like right when you open it up to connect it, it's going to realize your toaster is on a MAC address, your refrigerator's MAC address shows up, and everybody. The web that ties us all together is, there's no hiding it. There's no hiding what you do anymore.
I'm not
If you're hiding
implying
it, then you're hiding it from hackers. And
what I'm
how
saying
we
is
roll.
to protect your accounts, especially like your bank account or whatever. Like people do a lot of their business on their phones. They're on the go.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like, okay,
where.
I'm gonna transfer money or send money here, whatever. You don't want somebody going in. You don't want somebody hacking your shit, cleaning out your bank account, kind of thing.
There is a private first mobile carrier called Cape. It's a privacy first mobile carrier.
Okay.
It's reliable, high-speed, nationwide coverage that keeps your sensitive information private.
I'm not seeing anything but a reflection.
Well, it's a privacy first phone service, and it's.
Shoot me the link and I'll post it on X. And Conspiracy Anon, you said you have some links. Anything data-wise, it pertains to the Epstein files that you wind up sharing on YouTube or not YouTube, Facebook or whatever, just go ahead and send my way, and we'll get it.
There is one place.
Shoot.
Well, if everybody can just go, there is one place. We got a paste bin, and all you got to do is go to the spot where it says click in and log in on.
Okay. And you're cutting out again. I don't know if you can hear me, Conspiracy Anon, and I'll message you about this privately. But go ahead and send me the links to where people can find this information. Even when new information comes out, just send me the links. We'll get it reposted to X, and we'll take it from there, because we want to make sure the truth gets out. We want to make sure that what we present as truth is verified and accurate, because if we're just spouting off bullshit, nobody's going to take us seriously, and our credibility goes. Okay, we definitely don't want that. We want to get the truth out there. We want to enlighten people and get them up to speed with what's really going on in the world, and push back against the globalist and the New World Order agenda. So, on that note, I'm going to message Conspiracy Anon when this broadcast is over, and we'll just have him send us the links, and you can keep an eye out on that on X at RealTWBRN. What am I looking at, Revan?
It's the Cape website. First month is like $30 a month for the service.
Okay, again, send me the link, and I will repost it to X.
I did. I sent it. I did.
Perfect. I will get that reposted once the broadcast ends. But I think we're going to go ahead and put the bird in the oven, because I got to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. And, of course,
hope they win the flush.
Revan loves his toilet humor. So let's just go ahead and call it, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what kind of crime that a trans woman does?
What?
Mail fraud.
That was good. I like that. Anyway.
And what do you call two Chinese lesbians? Two can chew.
Love it. Anyway, let's go ahead and put the bird in the oven here. If you like this video, by all means, share the retransmission. Follow us on our social medias, X, Rumble, YouTube, all at RealTWWRN. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell to completely mindfuck YouTube and Google's algorithms so that we are able to reach more people, because the more people we reach, the farther the message goes and the more people wake up. And a lot of people don't want to listen to Alex Jones or some of the mainstream people, but if you got your average Joe presenting the facts and talking to you straight on and engaging with you in conversation, it goes so much further. When you're talking with somebody directly, that's one of the big reasons why we are different from everybody else, because we are probably one of the few, if only, podcasts that are political based that engages with the general audience. So again, share the live feeds, do all the following.
And also follow me on my
various social medias, which are listed in the initial intros of every one of our videos. And again, engage in the conversations and feel free to check out our online store. Support the broadcast. This broadcast and everything we do is nothing without you. It is about you. It is for you. Everything we do is because of you. We love you all, and we just want to do our part for collective humanity. And for me, this is, I would view this as my calling by God. This is what God put me on this earth to do, and by the heavens, I'm doing what I do because I love you and I love God, and I'll be the first to admit I am a sinner and as much deserving of hell as the next man, but this is what I feel I'm here to do.
God has put us here on the planet to do our job as the archangels.
Yes, the guardians, the guards at the watchtower. As
this is a medallion of the insignia of the archangels.
Yeah, and that's what we are. We are the guards watching the tower. We are the Paul Revere's screaming that the enemy is approaching, and we're no different than you. I said this on yesterday's podcast, and Aaron fell asleep, but I was doing this back in the day when I was living on Frank and Diane's couch, and when I moved in with my sister, all of which, were really bad situations. I was scraping the bottom of the barrel, just trying to get back on my feet. Nothing against the people I lived with, but, when you're living in California, there's no job availability, and you're struggling. That's what I meant when I said that it was a rough situation. But even at that, I found a way to do those resistance transmissions and get myself out there and do my part to wake people up, because I care that much. It means that much to me. So if you love freedom and you like these broadcasts and you like what we're doing, support the broadcasts. Even if you don't buy something from the store, but buying from the store helps, because I'm not trying to get a salary or anything like that. I don't think even Revan's really worried about a salary. We all have incomes. Even back in the day when I was homeless, it wasn't about the money. I make the investments, and at the very least, if I could just break even and support the broadcast and expand the broadcast and reach more people, that's more important to me than putting money in my own pocket. If I can get the best equipment, the best promotional tools, and expand this operation and reach our maximum potential and reach the maximum amount of people and wake them up, I'll die a happy man, because I will have done what God has put me on this earth to do, which was to sound the alarm when the enemy is approaching. And, what is it? Jefferson said it. I've sworn on the altar of God to oppose every form of tyranny known to man. That's pretty much my motto, and I have it tattooed on my arms. For what profit is it to a man? No, this is a I believe this is a scripture passage. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? And on this side, sorry, I'm trying to undo my button here. On this side is the other quote, and it's kind of blurry now, but it was, the only means for necessary to evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And that I live by those creeds. I live by those creeds. So I do what I do. So, as always, I am the Tin Man. Thank you, Revan. And thank you, Conspiracy Anonymous, for having tuned in as best you could. And thank you for everybody who tuned into the broadcast and ensures the live feed and supports this broadcast. We are nothing without you. And I will say it the same as I say it every week. This is the Tin Man with the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you are watching this, you are the resistance.